I disagree with that, Shraddha, today, to be honest. I will say that because I don't want to limit myself to or think that I don't deserve it or I can't aspire to because something didn't work out in the past. Today, I think I'm a different person. Take my last breath. I want to retire as an actor sort of thing. Yeah, but also continue to do meaningful work. Kanmani anmodu kadalan naan எழுதும் கடிதமே பொன்மணி உன் வீட்டு சௌக்கியமா நான் எங்க சௌக்கியமே.
Welcome to The Hindu. I am Bhuvanesh, Chandar, and today we have with us actor Shraddha Srinath for her Netflix series The Game. Hi Shraddha, how are you doing?
Hi Bhuvanesh, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. So a lot of actors and directors, they handle the nervousness or excitement before a release in their own ways.
Right.
What about you?
For me, it's always a good kind of excitement because most often I'm that person who doesn't watch her projects before they release. So it's always, because you think you've put in a lot of effort, you think you've done a fabulous job, you want to see how it has translated on screen. I don't think I feel that nervous. For me, the fate of the project is not something that I truly feel concerned about.
Okay.
Because that depends on so many factors.
Right.
But yeah, I'm always excited. I make plans for first day first show and all of that.
Right, and it's also a special occasion because firstly, belated birthday wishes to you.
Thank you.
And secondly, you're also completing 10 years in films.
Yeah.
Kohinoor released in 2015.
Right. Yes.
So how has this journey been now looking back, after 10 years?
It has been, it's the most cliched thing, but really time has flown. And from someone who wanted to be an actor, an aspiring actor, to now introducing myself as an actor every chance I get, it's a very fulfilling feeling. There has been a lot of learning. There's been a lot of, insecurities, and you're obviously questioning yourself. A lot of, so what are you working on? And then, things like that. Who's the hero in that? They'll ask.
Right.
So it's been very interesting. It's been, I feel like when I die, I'll be proud that I took this step and that I could sort of say that, I took that risk. So, yeah.
So if I have to ask the cliche question, which is that where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Oh, where do I see myself in the next 10 years? With a bigger bank balance, 100x bank balance. But no, definitely acting. I hope to continue to act.
Right.
Till I, take my last breath. I want to retire as an actor sort of thing. Yeah. But also continue to do meaningful work. Yeah, that's my plan. I never thought I would have to answer this question after my law school interviews. Bhuvanesh, thank you. Yeah.
And I had the privilege of watching a few episodes of The Game.
Oh, yeah.
So in the series, you play a game designer, right?
Yeah.
So in real life, are you a gaming nut? Have you played games?
No, I have played Road Rash on my Pentium 3 processor PC.
That's a great game.
A very long time back. I remember playing a golf game that was gifted to my dad.
Okay.
And so the answer is that I'm not much of a gamer at all.
Right.
But I know a lot of people who are mad about gaming. And,
right.
I know people, I know mainly boys, of course there's girls also, but I know mainly boys who will get together and play for hours and they won't even know how time has gone by. Right. So, yeah.
So I was just reading up a bit on the interviews that you had given to The Hindu previously and stuff like that. So, for Nerkonda Parvai, I don't want to go too deep into it because I'm pretty sure it's a bit of a heavy topic. Right. You dug deep into something personal while you're preparing for that role, right? And then for Witness, I believe that you researched a lot about the deaths from manual scavenging and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's a two-part question. The first part I want to understand is, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of actors who just turn up, who just read their lines, who doesn't necessarily need to do all that research, and they just want to do their part and go, right?
Sure.
But when you do all that research for the preparation stuff, what is the value addition have you observed, that you bring in?
I think you kind of grow empathy for the character, perhaps. You just, you can relate to the person more. Otherwise, you're just enacting out a stranger,
Right.
And you can also successfully act out a part without doing any research, There are so many ways to play a character. But with this, you just, I will not say get under the skin because I've never felt like I've gotten under the skin. I feel like that is another realm of acting which I don't know when I'll achieve. But like I said, you can understand the character a little more. You
Right.
can have more context, basically. Yeah.
So for the game, what sort of a preparations did?
For me, I just researched about the industry on the whole.
You mean the gaming industry?
The gaming industry.
Right.
I just wanted to understand because I was honestly very clueless about it, and I said, okay, they're making a show where the gaming industry is such a huge element of of the universe of the game. Let me find out what really happens here. So I spoke to my gaming friends and everyone.
Okay.
Besides that, really not much in terms of how I remember Googling this image of female gaming developers across the world. And they all look so different. It's not like, oh, gaming developer, she has to be like this. She wears these clothes. No, they're the kind of clothes they wear, the kind of race they belong to, or the shapes and sizes. So what I'm saying is that a gaming developer could be played by, Kavya is her own person.
Right.
So, yeah. So I wanted to make Kavya my own. So,
right. And on very, relatable aspect of this character. So right from the beginning, this character, she faces a lot of online abuse and stuff like that, right? So the entire series is about that.
Exactly.
As a public figure, you have to constantly put yourself out there, right? And all celebrities, I'm pretty sure they face this to a certain degree in their real life and stuff. In the beginning of the series, we see Kavya sort of handle it she just doesn't want to look at it. She's sort of, she just wants to, she's in denial. She's like, I just don't want to look at it, but after a point, that threshold sort of breaks. She's forced to look at it and do something about it.
Correct.
Right? How do you deal with it? I'm pretty sure you're an active person on social media and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you would have seen something that you just, very unpleasant stuff on social media. So how do you process those things?
Well, I remember when I started out, I wanted to be the most approachable public figure ever. So any comment, any DM, I would reply personally to an extent where people would be like, is this really Shraddha responding? Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to be like, oh wow, she's like a fresh of breath there, an actress who actually replies. And then I realized there's a lot of people you can't keep replying. And then I also realized that you can't keep reading messages and, you can't keep reading comments. It obviously takes a toll on your mental health. And it's not just there's some very vile things that are being spoken. It's okay if you critique my performance or whatever. There's some very, filthy stuff, a language that's used online. And that stuff. So I feel like I have reached a stage where I take the love and the hatred with like a pinch of salt. So you love me, that's great. So you think I look beautiful? Good, I'm so happy. So you think that I just don't belong in the industry because I look like this? Good for you. So I think your opinion is not my problem. I'm glad that you like me, or, I'm sorry that you hate me, but, but also easier said than done. There are days when one comment will just kind of stay on your mind. Yeah. And like they say, this too shall pass. It just goes away. I think you grow a thick skin after some time because how much can one person possibly care? So,
does it ever tire you? I'm pretty sure this is one of the reasons why many actors and celebrities might have some social media manager who would handle it, who they prefer to stay away from it. Yeah. But you don't, right? I see you post.
No, I don't. I feel it's not like, I don't want to run away from it. I don't want to sort of shield myself from it. It's what is being spoken. It's fine. X is a place that I find quite toxic. And I used to really love the website, but now I don't really. And so I only go when I'm being given promotional material, post it now. And everyone on my X will be like, oh, she's back again. She's back here to promote, that kind of thing. But I'm actually quite a sensitive person, so it takes me a little longer to move on.
Right. Are you tech savvy as Kavya is?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Right. Say Mr. Rajesh himself comes to you with a story.
Yeah.
He wants to do it as a web series. Firstly, during the narration, what is the first impulsive thing that would have clicked in your head that said, okay, this is quite interesting. I want to listen to the entire story. I want to see where this is going. What was that point?
Multiple elements, to be honest. For me, the online abuse was something that I wanted to see where this is going, because it's so prevalent, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to see how someone like Kavya handles it. Now, she's a very outspoken kind of person. She loves to speak her mind on her social media. She's also a public figure in her own right. She is one of the like hottest, fastest growing, most successful game developers, female game developers, upcoming. So she gets her share of the limelight. So I wanted to see how they're kind of tackling that. And apart from that, there's some very interesting angles in the show that they've approached some very sensitive themes, actually. Like there's bullying, there's suicide. There is also, there's this dramatic angle of suspicion and like loss of trust. And I also really enjoyed the fact that this show is of course, it's adapted from a Canadian show, a French-Canadian show. But the primary writer is Deepthi Govindarajan. And I'm always happy to see how a woman writes a woman, right? We're always talking about it, like, I wish more women wrote. But here I was actually presented with this. And then Rajesh sir made tweaks and they co-wrote, obviously. So there was that happening. And I also enjoyed the way Anoop and Kavya's relationship was written. So a bunch of things.
In fact, there's a scene, there's an interview scene that happens right in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Where she gives an interview to this audience.
Yeah,
it's
my
a virtual
favorite
interview.
scene.
It's a favorite scene.
Yeah.
I love how Kavya just takes on patriarchy and stuff and just puts it down.
Absolutely.
That was great. So yeah, I understand that bit. I've loved a lot of your films, especially in Tamil, because I cover Tamil cinema and stuff.
Right.
But I have to tell you, I really, really, really loved Witness. It's one of my favorite films of yours.
Thank you so much.
A film like that, I just wanted to understand, it was never meant to be like, say, film like, I'm sure you have done a lot of other films which are like, which are more, which would have gotten more success commercially and stuff like that, 50 crores, 100 crores and stuff like that. But Witness wasn't meant to do that.
No.
Witness was meant to start a conversation. Witness was meant to say something very socially relevant and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to understand, what does it do to you as an actor?
It makes you realize that, you can use your voice. You can you do have a social responsibility. You don't have to, like, all actors don't need to, but we do have the power, and we can use it in the right way. So, I go home feeling a little, sort of at peace, thinking that I chose a script like this. I was able to tell a story like this. And if one person was educated about manual scavenging through that movie, I said, okay, that's a great thing, because it is a very, very dark reality of our society, at least in India, right? It's obviously a lot. Maybe some people would raise their eyebrows and say, why would you choose a film like that? It's not going to be a commercial success. Maybe wouldn't even get a theatrical release. I don't know. I feel like I play the game quite differently, in the sense I just whatever feels right in that moment. Maybe today I won't make the same decision. Not to say that I wouldn't do a Witness today. I would still do it. Meaning to say, we all take decisions given what we have in the space of mind that we are in. So yeah, Witness was very special that way.
Actually, taking a thread out of what your answer, I mean, in a previous interview, you said this. You said acting in commercial film has its perks. Crazy stardom, crazy money, and frequent trips abroad and stuff. But why would I aspire for something I'm not cut out for? That's a very strong statement that you had made.
Why would I aspire for something that I'm not cut out for? Wow. Shraddha.
That's a very strong statement in an industry where we see people constantly say that you have to juggle all hats to survive.
Right.
But you staunchly say that, no, this is what, I want to do. I'll stick to that.
Right.
So has it ever been like, I'm pretty sure like there'll be moments where you sort of have had to like double check and see, should I test waters and try something else as well?
I think I did try that, to be honest. The thing is, when you don't have a mentor or a godfather in the industry, you're really taking decisions by yourself just based on gut or, you're strategizing for yourself, especially when you don't have like a proper manager in the beginning and everything. You're doing based on whatever you think. And so I did do like maybe a commercial film in Telugu, a commercial film in Tamil. And if it didn't work out, I thought that maybe I'm not meant to do it. But maybe it didn't mean that I was the reason that it didn't work out.
Right.
Maybe if I did it in another place or in another project, maybe it would have worked out. And what by working out, it means just got the attention, made the money, grabbed the eyeballs, sort of thing. I don't want to. I disagree with that, Shraddha, today.
Okay.
To be honest, I will say that because I don't want to limit myself to or think that I don't deserve it or I can't aspire to because something didn't work out in the past. Today, I think I'm a different person.
Right.
And so I will try different things.
Right.
And I do deserve stardom, fame, and many international trips and lots of money. So, like I said, different space, different frame of mind.
Yeah.
So my answer is different today.
Right. And something I love about how you chosen your scripts and stuff is right from U-turn till the game, especially you play characters who are extremely vulnerable, and the story through the story they overcome their vulnerabilities. In fact, like take for instance Irigapatre or Nerkonda Parve. So is that something that you consciously, because I'm pretty sure like there might be, you might get a pitch where the character is just very extremely overpowered right from the start to the end. They don't show their vulnerabilities and stuff like that. Do you get averse to such pitches automatically? Because I mean, vulnerability is something that we all relate to, right? We are all vulnerable human beings. Is that something that subconsciously you process and stuff?
I think it's also a selfish decision in the sense when I choose a vulnerable character who's very real and flawed, the audience also relate to you or they cheer for you because maybe someone sees themselves in you, on screen. So that way they follow. They are more kind of hooked onto your journey. They're closely tracking your arc through the film. But the second part is also that these are the characters that come to me. This is the way directors choose to view me as someone who Shraddha, she will do these kind of roles, meaning she probably looks for more depth in her characters and which is great. I love it. I love it because if that's the reputation I've made for myself, so be it, and I enjoy it. I will always choose a character that's relatable, inspiring, even to me as a person. Like I find Kavya so inspiring. I would never have the guts that she has. So yeah, if not me, the third person, I just feel like you wanna see someone, either you relate to them or you empathize with them. One of the two has to happen. So yeah.
Right. And earlier this year, you had another release, Kaliyugam, which I found to be a very interesting, ambitious project.
Yep.
But then, it didn't quite create the impact that you'd have hoped for, right?
Right.
So when something like that happens, right, how do you process it? Like in that moment when the film's released and then you see the reviews and then you see the reception and it just isn't what you hope for.
I believe that every film has its fate, to be honest. The right time, the right, the space, the people, everything. And it's okay. Some of the best movies go unnoticed. And then they resurface many years later, and then they're like, oh my God, a classic gem sort of thing. So it's okay. It really, I mean, the one thing I've understood from this industry is that really nothing is in your hands. You can do the best you can. And that not loss of control, but that lack of control for someone like me who really wants control in her life, in a sense, wake up at 9 a.m., brush teeth at 9:15, that person, this petrifies me every day.
Okay.
The fact that you can do all you can, select the best script, and it still may not release, or it may release and go away. It's fine.
And especially like Kaliyugam, something that you signed way back, right? So
yes,
it has found its,
2020.
after 5 years.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Also, Mr. Pawan Kumar, the director of U-Turn, he had mentioned something. He said he wants to do a web series because web series first takes off the pressure of the box office. It allows you to experiment with the form. There's no need to be a formula that has to be adhered to. In fact, to be precise as to what he said you can tell a story through multiple dimensions rather than following a template.
Sure.
As an actor, is there any difference with the formats in the medium? Like when you approach it like a web series, like into a film?
I wouldn't call it a formula, but you still need to see this character. There is some strife in there, this thing in their life, or some kind of struggle. and how they come to terms with it, what they go through, and like a resolution sort of thing. So this is not a formula for me, but the standard way of narrating a story, I would believe.
And what I mean to ask is, like, say,
Right.
there's episodic narration
Correct,
here, right?
correct,
So
correct.
would that somehow change something in you when you're...
No, nothing changes except it's a tricky space, web series. Here you have more time, and you're showing your face for longer. It's more drawn out, so like the nuances are spent, are shown in greater detail. And so I've always thought of this as, if you can crack a web series as an actor, and if people can tolerate you for that long, and if God bless you, if you're that actor who they've binge watched for like 8 episodes, then you really have something, because I feel like in a theater, walking out of the theater is like the ultimate insult, right? Like people you can even sleep, but when people say this is not even worth sleeping in, I need to like get out. But in like web series, you're at home, some pressure cooker, I need to go turn it off, some doorbell, some phone, some call. So you have like so many hurdles to cross and still kind of get the audience's attention.
Right.
And if you're able to do that, then it's basically it's a bigger challenge, according to me.
Any recent favorite web series that you have seen?
Oh, wow. Yeah, so many. Adolescence I watched. I really liked. Then there was When Life Gives You Tangerines. That was a Korean drama. That was beautiful. The Studio was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Severance I really loved.
Wonderful. A violinist friend of mine told me this long time back that after he started learning violin and started doing it professionally, he felt that whenever he consumes music, he started to dissect it. He said that he couldn't fully consume.
I know what your question is. Yes.
So when you're watching any series, any content, right, do you immediately get into like, how would they have shot this, or how would they have acted this, what would have gone into this and stuff like that? Are you able to be that discerning audience?
Absolutely not. Okay. And it is a bane. It is a curse, because now so many aspects of filmmaking. Light, sound, like editing, right? And you understand cinematography also to some extent. So it's just your mind, you should just be watching the content for it, but here you are breaking everything up. And I feel envious of people who can do that. In fact, you don't have to be a film industry person to be able to do that. There are some like cinema files. There's some like cinema crazy people who still get into that rut of, I want to understand how the scene was shot. I just want to go back to the time when I did not have this extra knowledge about filmmaking. It's
so now when you watch the Adolescence and stuff, do you sort of tune out? Do you say, okay, Shraddha, now I'm going to just watch a series, so the actor Shraddha can sort of take a back seat?
Try as I might, I'm never able to do it.
Okay.
But I know that acting is where the performances is where my major focus goes.
Right.
Yeah. And I know that, in my opinion, a good performance can save not a very bad script, but a mediocre script.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the kind of power I think actors have.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you had mentioned quite a few interviews how even you're an army kid yourself, exposed to different cultures and stuff. And one thing that you love about acting is how you get to meet a lot of people and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
This is also a profession where you need to constantly be in the limelight, where you need to put yourself out there and stuff like that. So after you became this actor and stuff like that, have you ever felt the need to sort of, what I want to sort of take a me time, or do you, does it get a little too much to constantly, do that?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
It does get a lot, because you're looking at yourself under a magnifying glass. Am I dressed okay? Is my hair looking okay? Should I have, is this brand okay? Things like that. And you need to, that's why when people ask me, like, what do you do after shoot? I go home. I go home, and that's my grounding space where I just get back to reality.
Right.
Because sometimes I feel like the excesses can take away the focus from what you really came here to do. Of course, networking is a part of the job. Of course, maybe like parties are a part of the job. But if it's causing you like, what do you say? Like that unnecessary stress or like that kind
feel
of...
overwhelmed.
Yeah, you feel overwhelmed. It's okay. Back off a little bit. Come back when you're fresh for it, but no pressure. Like I keep saying, Shraddha, no pressure, no pressure. Sort of saying self-talk, but yeah.
Right. Also, I'm so glad to see how you take time to do a lot of traveling. You went to Kumaon and you went to Kashmir in 2024.
Yes.
You went, I think you tried mango sticky rice in Bangkok, if I'm not
I
wrong.
did. Yeah.
It's so nice to see, that you've always been like a travel bug. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is it a conscious thing? Like, okay, you know what? I've done a project. I'm not going to be signing another project. I want to take some time and then I just want to go out and do my work.
Wherever I find time, I go.
Okay.
It's not like I consciously say no to work to travel. That's not something I would do. No. But yes, it's something I really, really enjoy doing. And really, it is a privilege to be able to do it. To be able to afford it, to be able to have the interest to do it, to have done it as a kid growing up. So yeah, it's really one of the reasons I earn money. It is to travel,
So if I had to ask you, what's your favorite destination that you yet to go into? Like a dream destination that you want to go to?
I would say that would be a toss-up between Iceland, Japan, New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah. So on one hand, there's Iceland and New Zealand landscape, beautiful. Japan for the culture.
Right.
Yeah.
I wish that you get to go to places soon. And what about cuisines? I mean, mango sticky rice.
Oh.
I heard it was quite good. That's what you said.
Oh my God. Food. Where do I begin? You will run out of all the batteries that you've brought today. But no, I love to eat. It is the reason that I look and feel happy.
Right.
It is like I have now understood the balance of life. It is food. And food takes care of me. Working out and exerting myself takes care of me. Mental health taking care of me. It is these three main things. And I will never stop myself or say, cheat day, run an extra mile tomorrow. No, It's never cheat. It's always treat.
Right.
But yeah, I love food. To me, yeah.
And coming back to the game, there are quite a heavy topics that are dealt with in this series, especially with respect to, I think, the needs of Kavya, right?
Yeah.
Digital well-being is a huge part of our day-to-day lives.
Yes.
Cybersecurity and digital well-being, right? So, as a public figure yourself, what would you like to tell to young women out there, about digital well-being, how they need to protect themselves, on the internet, especially?
Remember, after adolescence came, there was a very interesting Instagram post that I think a child psychologist wrote.
Okay.
She said, if you make the space at home safe enough for a child to come and talk to you, and if you don't constantly keep shaming social media, like, dangerous space, like, what is the hurry? Why are you always stuck to your phone? If you don't keep doing that, tell them the perils of, the dangers of stranger danger and, all of that. But also give them the courage to say, I messed up, or come and talk to me, or just kind of create that healthy space at home. And then maybe they will, because the more you demonize something, or the more you kind of create that negative hype around something, the more curious kids get. And like the more they tend to hide things. We've all seen it. The more you control someone, the more rebellious they get.
It actually happens in the game, right? The party, she's quite wary about for having the device and stuff.
Exactly. And so it leads to, like secretive behavior and things like that. I feel scared. I feel scared for this generation because I don't think we are even equipped to, like, I feel like the world is really evil and our children are so pure and like beautiful. And I feel like it's, I don't know whose responsibility it is. It's government? I don't know. I don't know who steps in this case, but like there have to be like very stringent measures, and like we need to make the internet a safer space.
Right.
Yeah, for kids.
If I go to YouTube, if I search for Shraddha Srinath singing, the first reel that I get is that of you singing. Coincidentally, I'm asking this today. It is that of you singing, "It is my birthday, it is my birthday."
It's my birthday, I must spend my money.
The tune of Urvashi.
Yeah, that's a famous song, yeah.
You know where this is going. Would you like to
Oh.
sing any song?
It was my birthday. It was my birthday. It was my birthday yesterday. But you already wished me though. Would I like to sing a song? Kanmani anbodu kadalan naan எழுதும் கடிதமே பொன்மணி உன் வீட்டு சௌக்கியமா நான் எங்க சௌக்கியமே. That's it.
Thank you so much, and I wish you the best for the game.
Thank you.
But I also need to end with you have 2 other films that are coming up, which is Aryan and Bro Code.
That's right.
Is there anything that you can speak to us about right now?
I know Aryan's releasing next month, and Bro Code we're yet to start. And I will speak in detail. You'll have all my time when it releases.
Thank you so much, Shraddha, and I wish you all the best for what
Thank
which
you.
in those
Thank
as well as
you,
for the
Bhuvanesh.
game. Thank you.
Thank you so much.